Good morning, Mrs. Murder here. I don't know if this will work, but I wanted you to be able to see, since I don't have the book, you can go online, you can go to, well, this is a Kindle book, and that's what I read it on, was a Kindle book. And you can, this is the second book in the iRobot series. We already reviewed the first one, and the second one is The Naked Sun. And I like this picture because you'll remember last time our Daniel was, this is our Daniel here, Daniel. He's a robot, but he so much represents a man that many people don't realize he's a robot. He is a one-of-a-kind, extraordinarily functioning robot. And this is what the regular robots look like if it isn't too bright to be seen. And if it is, I guess you have to go to your own. I'm not too too tech savvy. And this, of course, is our protagonist. And so we'll be talking about what happens in this book, which is, and you heard last time that he did not believe that Daniel was really a robot. He thought he was really a man, and so Daniel opened up his chest and showed him the inner workings of his chest, and he said, "But I saw you eat." And he says, "Yes, it goes in here, then it goes into a pouch, and then he takes that bag out and throws it away. So he can eat so that people will think he's human. He's the highest level of robot that was invented in this series. So this is a pretty fun book. It's been a week since I read it, and I put off reviewing it because it's not really, science fiction isn't really in my wheelhouse, and I'm not sure I know how to talk about science fiction. I'm not sure I understand all of it. And in this one, there's a lot of dialogue it's all dialogue between our Daniel and Faustloff, the one that created him, and our protagonist. Okay, let's get on with it. Oh my word, I tell you, I mean, this is going to be a tricky one to do. But we have to know that Bailey is going to see us through. This is, if he comes back, okay, last book we knew that he wanted to go to Aurora. And he had gone to he'd gone to help solve a murder, but they couldn't solve it because the only way that it could be solved was they determined that they had to trick the robot into killing the murder victim by giving him conflicting commands so that he did not know that he was causing harm to a human. Because you remember, you constantly are hearing the first rule of robotics, the second rule the third rule of robots. And the first rule is that a robot cannot harm a human being. Second rule is a robot cannot allow anything to harm a human being. And then there's one that says that, second, I think, is that he cannot allow himself to be destroyed, but he should destroy himself rather than the human. The three rules of robotics. See what I mean? I've read it. I don't know how many times I've read those three rules, and I still can't remember them all. But you will, because I assume that anyone reading this, other than myself, is going to be more familiar with science fiction, and be able to recall better all the names. And because I've already started on the third, I couldn't wait anymore. I'm already a couple hundred pages into it. The third one is the longest book. These are pretty short. And should I yell, "God bless you"? God bless you! If I don't, It'll come back at me. So you'll enjoy the third book. You'll enjoy the second book. They're all very different. So this one, he leaves, goes home. He hasn't really totally resolved the crime, but they all thought that the wife did it, and he proved the wife did not do it, and he got her back to his home, to Earth, because she wanted to go back to Earth since her husband had been killed. Enjoyable, interesting, and it's not really technical. It's more, if you're a philosopher, if you like philosophy, if you're a philosopher and you like ideas going back and forth and looking for the minutiae in what defines. So this is a good one for you, Charles Miller. This is a great one for you. You are a philosopher and a scientist. For me, it's a real leap. But it is a mystery, and this is another murder has been committed, and he's going to. Now I'm jumping into the third book. Stay with the second book. He's helped them. He's gone back home, and he's a hero for the work that he has done. You know, I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to tell you. Oh, it went away. Oh, great. Well, The Naked Sun is the second book. And then the third book. Let's see if we can get all three of them. Nah, it went off. Oh, what's the third book? You can tell I'm not really computer literate either. So well, it had all three of them up here. The robot series. Go back to the. Come on. Won't go up, won't go down, won't go back. That's just because it went off. Look. Okay. I really like to deal with a hardback book, and I'm really a lot better at handling that than I am this kind of stuff. So the third one is Robots of the Dawn. And the first two books are very quick read. They're about 400 pages. The last one's 700 pages. And I'm 200 pages into it because I couldn't wait any longer, and I couldn't get myself to come in here and talk about this one because I'm not comfortable with remembering everything, and I don't want to do it from notes. It's supposed to be just a casual chat about fascinating discussions and the back and forth and looking at the fine details that a detective must do. So our detective is going to help us find the murder. I'll check in with you. I hope to have this read by Saturday because I want to have it read by Halloween. I know this isn't very, the Robots of the Dawn, science fiction is not Halloween, but, and it's not spooky or anything, but it's just, we'll find out how Bailey does. If he doesn't do well in the next book, he will not be allowed back on Earth, or he'll be an outcast from Earth, and he will be ostracized. If he proves what he thinks he has to prove, he may be ostracized from Aurora too. So we don't know what's going to happen with Danielle. Danielle is still protecting Bailey in this second book. So he started in the first, he's in the second, and he's the closest thing to a friend that Bailey has. And Bailey's wife and son, of course, stay back on Earth. This is going longer than I meant. I'm sorry. So it'll be a quicker read. I hope to get back to you soon. Bye.